Hello everyone, my name is Chandra Prakash Bhaguna and today I want to discuss an interview in a company called Utho Cloud, and the company location is Gurgaon and the interview date was the April 9, 2025. So the first question they asked me, select only one record from the API. Okay, so how will you do that? So suppose you want to select the JSON object with ID 2 from the array, and array is given to you ID 1 2 3 and name and email. Okay, now in the case of API we use the postman. Okay, so if the API responds in this array and you want to extract the object with ID 2, then go to the test tab in postman, use the script let response array equal to pm.response.json. Okay, then let select user equal to response array dot find u equal to u.id triple equal to 2, and then use the console.log select user. So this will print the select object in the postman console. Okay, and how to open it? Control plus Alt plus C to open it. Add validation. Let response array equal to pm.response.json. Then let user ID to find equal to 112. Let us suppose this is a ID you are searching for. And let selected user equal to response array dot find u equal to u.id triple equal to user ID to find. Now validation pm.test user with ID equal to $user ID to find should exist function, and inside the function you have to write the pm.expect select user with ID equal to $user ID to find not found dot to dot not dot b dot undefined. Then log output if select user console.log selected user, else console.warn user with ID not found. The second question they asked me, add mobile in API and use validation. So let us suppose you have user.php file and you are using a function, a public function create user, and inside that you have three parameter name, email and mobile. So try block if empty $name or empty email or empty mobile. So HTTP response code 400 throw new invalid input exception name, email and mobile are required. So query equal to insert into this table, and you have three columns name, email and mobile and their values. You are using the prepared statement name, email and mobile. So htmt equal to this con prepare dot query and htmt bind param name, bind param email, bind param mobile, and then execute. Then http response code 201 return. Then this will return the user created successfully. So this message will pop up. Catch PDO exception $e HTTP response code 500 throw new database exception database error. Okay, now update user. So public function update user, you have four parameter here ID, name, email and mobile. Now use the try block if empty ID or empty name or empty email or empty mobile. So HTTP response code 400 throw new invalid input exception ID, name, email and mobile are required. So $query equal to update this table set name, email, mobile, where ID equal to ID, and you are using the colon because you are using the prepared statement here. So $htmt this con prepare query, htmt bind param ID, bind param name, bind param email, bind param mobile, and then execute. Then htmt raw count double equal to 0, HTTP response code for not for, throw new user not found exception user not found, HTTP response code 2 not, return message user updated successfully, catch PDO exception HTTP response code 5 not, throw new database exception database error. Third question, they asked me the requests in Postman. So the first is a get request. A get request. So generally we have 5 requests in API. So first is get, second is post request, third is put request, fourth is patch request, and fifth is the delete request. So get request. A get request is one of the most commonly used HTTP methods used to retrieve data from a server via an API, that is application programming interface. You can think of the word get. What get used to do? Get means you have to retrieve something. Simple English meaning of get is you have to retrieve something. So this is a get request is one of the most commonly used HTTP requests used to retrieve data from a server via an API. This is like a select query. You have to fetch the data, okay, by using the API. When a client like the Postman, a browser, or the front-end application sends a GET request to an API endpoint, it asks the server to return a specific resource or information such as user detail, product list, or settings. So GET requests are read-only operation and do not modify any data on the server. So GET is for the retrieving the data from the server. Okay. Second is a post request. A post request is used to send data to an API to create something new on the server. Okay, so the English meaning of post means you have posting something on the server, and by the use of the by the use of the postman. Okay, so a post request is used to send data to an API to create something new on the server. For example, you use post to add a new user, submit a form, or upload a file. Okay. Third is a put request. This is important. A put request is used to update existing data on the server. It usually replaces the entire resource with new data. Fourth is a patch request. A patch request is used to partially update existing data on the server. Unlike put, it only changes the specific fields you send. Fifth is a delete request. A delete request is used to remove data from the server. It deletes a specific resource like a user or a record permanently. Okay. Question number 4, they ask me set function. The set function in PHP is used to check if variable is set and is not null. For example, you have a variable hello and you are using is set variable, echo variable is set, else variable is not set. So the output will be the variable is set because we have already declared variable equal to hello. Second, okay, if we are not setting, we are putting it null, then $var equal to null. If is set $var echo set, else echo not set. So the output will be the not set because the variable is null. Third, multiple variables. Let us suppose you have two variables, $a, $b, hello and world. If is set $a, comma $b, both are set. So the output will be the both are set. Common usage in arrays. Let us suppose $data equal to name Chandra, and if is set $data name, then echo $data name. Okay. So the fifth question they asked me, joins in PHP. So joins in MySQL, they asked the left join. So returns all rows from the left table and the matched rows from the right table. If there is no match, null values are returned for columns from the right table. So query is select employees ID as employee ID, employees.name as employee name, departments name as department from employees. Left join departments on employees.department underscore ID equal to departments.id. Second, right outer join returns all rows from the right table and matched rows from the left table. If there is no match, null values are returned for columns from the left table. Select employees.id, employees.name, departments.department underscore name from employees to left join. Okay. Return all rows. Okay, from employees to. So this is the right join. So in the case of the, okay, so they ask me the left join and right join only. Okay. Now they ask me question number 6, super globals. So they ask me PHP super global. So some predefined variables in PHP are super globals, which means that they are always accessible regardless of scope, and you can access them from any function, class or file without having to do anything special. The PHP super global variables, these are the 9 super global variable in PHP. And you have to because variable in PHP, there should be the dollar in the prefix for any variables. And here we have some ready-made super globals in PHP. So the first is the dollar global. So there is no underscore in the case of the globals. Now dollar underscore server, dollar underscore request, dollar underscore post, dollar underscore get, dollar underscore files, dollar underscore env, dollar underscore cookie, and dollar underscore session. So they are 9. Global, server, request, post, get, files, env, cookie, and session. They ask me what is the dollar underscore server. So dollar underscore server in PHP super global variable which holds information about header, path, and script location. So how can you remember this? Header, path, and script, that is a HPS. Okay. So the PHP, how can you use the server? So echo dollar server PHP self, server name, HTTP host, HTTP refer, HTTP user agent, script name. And the last question they asked me, what are the file 201, 200, 401, 502, etc. Okay. So code 200 means okay. That means request was successful and the server returned the data. 201 created. New response was successfully created used with post. 204 no content. Request was successful but there is no data to return. 400 bad request. The request was invalid or had missing data. 401 unauthorized. Authentication is required or failed. Example, no token. 403 forbidden. You don't have permission to access the resources. 404 that is not found. The resource you are trying to access doesn't exist. 409 conflict. There is a conflict. Example, trying to create a user that already exists. 500 internet server error. Something went wrong on the server. 502 bad gateway. Server got an invalid response from another server. 503 service unavailable. Server is down or overloaded. Try again later. So which are the most important codes here? First is 200, that is okay. 201, that is created. Also 403, that is forbidden. Most important 404, not found. 500 internal server error. 502 bad gateways and 503 service unavailable. So these were the questions asked by the company Utho Cloud, and the company location was Gurgaon and the interview date was the April 9, 2025. So I will share more interview question with you. Till then, bye.